In this video, let's take a look at how we use the MouthDeClick module to remove click sounds that can be heard in the voice. This is the audio source that I'm going to be showing you and that we can be using in the video. This is an example of some mouth clicks in a sound. It's a bit drastic, but let's hear how it can work with the module. So as you can hear and see, you've got these sort of clicky sounds in the audio that's been recorded with this voice. Now let's grab the MouthDeClick module and see what we can do. There's similar parameters here that you've seen on some of the other modules. You've got a sensitivity, so you can increase this to control how many of the clicks you want to detect and remove. Then you can skew the frequency, so if the clicks are sitting in the high registers, you can shift this over here, or if they're more in the low registers, you can shift them down here. And then finally, you've got click widening, so you can narrow or widen the area around the click that you want to remove. First, I'm going to do a selection, and then we're going to edit some of these parameters. So I will select this area over here, leave all the dials set where they are, and preview it. This is an example of some mouth clicks in a sound. As you can already see, it's picked up 25 clicks that can be repaired. I can switch to output the clicks only and hear what we're repairing. Preview that. It's a bit dry, so it's picking up some of the transients here. What I'd say is I'd skew the frequency higher up and decrease that sensitivity. Sounding good? Another trick that you've seen me do is I like to select all the audio, then render it out with output clicks only ticked, and we can see the clicks that are being rendered out. So there you can see some clicks. Another thing to notice is you can see with it moved over to the spectrogram area is that the clicks are sitting in the high registers, except for here where it is sitting a bit lower in frequency. What we're going to do is multiple runs of this module, rendering it out to see if we can remove all those clicks. So I'm going to undo this. I'm going to render it out with that output clicks only unticked. As you can see, it has removed some of the clicks. Now, let's narrow that click widening, increase the sensitivity slightly, and take the frequency skew and put it higher up. Now, do another pass of the render. That slightly removed some more. So now let's drop that sensitivity, turn the frequency skew all the way to the lower area and widen it out. Do another render. That has removed a few more clicks. Now let's do something drastic. Let's go for a higher sensitivity, a frequency skew a bit lower, maybe just preview it first. This is an example of some mouth clicks in a sound. That's pretty good. So let's select that all and render that out. And those clicks have dropped drastically. So listening back, we've got this. This is an example of some mouth clicks in a sound. It's a bit drastic, but let's hear how it can work with the module. So they're slightly there, but let's see how far we've come. I'm going to go all the way back to the initial state and play back. This is an example of some mouth clicks in a sound. So those are much louder. After all those MouthDeClick renders, we left off with this. This is an example of some mouth clicks in a sound. It's a bit drastic, but that's working great. So we minimized the amount of that click. We didn't get rid of it completely, but we've got it to the point where you barely notice it. You could do multiple extra renders of this, but there is the possibility if you render it out too much and increase that sensitivity too much, you're going to bring down some of the transients of the other side. So it's always good just to jump back through the history just to make sure that you're correcting what you want to correct and you're not going too far. Now let's check out some of the other vocal repair modules in the next few videos.